This one is not really an intuitive deck. Like, this is not a deck that you pick a card from and then, like, intuitively read off of these. These actually just have a message on them, and that's it. So, and that's why I don't use these type of oracle cards in readings, because it says everything you need to know on the card. So I will pick a few of those just to see. I'm just going to see for the collective, all zodiac signs, what you need to know for today, or like what energy you're in, what you need to focus on as far as self-care goes, because the deck basically has a bunch of different like, it has advice. I don't know how to put it. Like, the different cards have different pieces of advice. So like this one right here says, a specific animal spirit can be of great assistance and guidance for you at this time. Notice whether in dreams or in waking which animals you see more often or are drawn to. They have a message. So that's just an example of one of them. And I'm going to shuffle them here in a second. And pick a few cards, but also I am going to, after this, I'm going to go live and do a Cancer and collective reading for the week, the weekly readings that I typically do. So there's that. Hope everybody is having a peaceful morning so far. I'm planning on going for a run after this, after I do this little oracle thing. And then I will be back on after I go for a run. Okay, so let's see. Universe, guides, and angels, what does the collective need to know for today regarding self-care? This deck seems like it's missing some cards from it, I'm not gonna lie. It actually is. No. Alright, universe, guides, and angels, what does the collective need to know for today? What should they focus on as far as self-care goes? I really feel like I'm missing some cards in this deck, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Hope everybody is doing good. Drop a like if you would like. This is not going to be a reading. I'm just going to be picking cards for today, for what you guys need to focus on, or what the energy is that would be helpful to focus on today as far as self-care goes. This oracle deck is called the Sacred Self Oracle, and it's actually a tarot deck by Aqua Moonlight, which is a tarot reader I follow. She's really good. Her other channel is Venusian Light Tarot, VENUSIAN Light Tarot. She's good. Alright, universe, guides, and angels. God, what self-care should the collective focus on for today? What do they need to focus on for today? What messages does the collective need to hear today regarding self-care? What messages does the collective need for today regarding self-care? 3 more shuffles. This is for the collective. Anyone in the room right now and anybody who comes to this reading later, what should they focus on today as far as self-care goes? What do they need to know? I'll read the overall energy at the bottom of the deck, but I'll also pick some cards, okay? So the overall energy at the bottom of the deck says, find a more minimalistic approach to your life, your living space, your friend circle, or your thoughts. It's time to simplify and allow some breathing space through the clutter. Okay, so maybe somebody needs to do some spring cleaning, but like in their life in general. Maybe somebody's downsizing or needs to, you know, maybe somebody needs to just simplify things. I know that makes my life a lot easier and reduces my anxiety and stress. I'm a minimalist. I don't have a whole lot of items, and that's on purpose because okay, so yeah, so underneath that it says organize and reprioritize your life. Finding a routine in which you can feel safe, secure, and productive can be beneficial for your health and overall well-being. Huh, okay. Okay, also, one card underneath this, and then I'm going to pick a card, you guys. It says, there is a romantic love, whether in your life now or arriving in the future, that is very divine and spiritual. It is meant to flow easily, naturally, and bring happiness, abundance, and growth to your life. So that could be a message for somebody that if you don't already have a connection in your life, there could be one coming in the future. Okay, universe, guides, and angels, what self-care should the collective focus on today? Huh. Okay, this is the first card I got. This is a process of deep transformation on a cellular level. You are shedding many layers of yourself that have been accumulating from past lives and this present incarnation. You will be evolving into a completely new version of yourself very soon. So somebody could be, this is kind of like the death card, you know, Scorpio energy. It's like somebody's healing. They could be going through some type of transformational process and kind of, this reminds me of like peeling back the layers of the onion, you know, and like when you're healing and like little by little learning more about, like the traumas that you've been through and what has impacted you up until this point, but also like as you're doing that, you're letting go of those past versions of yourself, those old versions of yourself, and transforming into a new version of you. Okay, what else does, oh, okay, wow. Wow, okay, you guys. There may be someone who is thinking fondly about you at this moment. You share a deep soul bond with one another, and your thoughts and souls are currently colliding. This person is meant to be in your life, whether together or apart. Interesting. So there could be somebody in your life that you are maybe separated from, or maybe you're with them, but like you have some type of like deep connection with this person, and maybe they're thinking about you. All right. Okay, there's somebody walking by with their dog. It's kind of awkward, but that's okay. Okay. Anything else the collective needs to know for today? Huh. Okay. Develop a deeper connection with your ancestors and spirit guides by spending time in meditation or talking to them about your needs. They may have been trying to reach you, but you may not have responded. Ask for a sign. I would even I would even say that this is the sign. Not ask for a sign. This is the sign. Somebody's been ignoring their intuition. It's like somebody needs to listen a bit more closely. Alright. Anything else that the collective needs to know for today? Self-care related. Oh my gosh, you guys, are you joking? I just said a second ago, I said, no, this is the sign. I feel like the universe is getting more specific. It says, yes, this is the sign you were looking for. Whatever question, confirmation, or synchronicity you were seeking an answer to, it is a yes. So if you were wondering about something, or looking for some type of sign, this is it. To confirm what you thought or how you feel about something or what you know. Okay, what else does the collective need to know? So that's definitely 2 cards in a row came up basically saying that if you were looking for a sign from the universe confirming something that you've been trying to figure out for a while, the answer is yes. And the universe is confirming whatever it is that you were wanting an answer to. Now, keep in mind, not every message is for everybody. If it's a yes to something that makes absolutely no sense, like, you know, somebody that hates you and you're wondering if this person who hates you is coming back, you know what I mean? Like, just be rational about it. If it's somebody that has straight up told you, like, no, I don't fuck with you, I'm not interested in you, or something like that, or if it's like, you know, obviously follow what's rational, but if it's something that you know, if that makes sense, because I think a lot of people come to tarot readings and they think like, oh my gosh, yes, this means the person that I haven't talked to that hates me, that told me they hate me and don't ever want anything to do with me, yes, that means they're coming back. And it's like, no. So that's where it's like I hesitate with tarot sometimes, because some people come to readings and they don't have discernment, and it's dangerous. It's actually dangerous, because if somebody who's like delusional gets a hold of that, and I mean, granted, I've been there myself when I was going through my healing process, but I'm not a nut job, so like it just depends on who gets a hold of it and like how strong their mind is. But if if somebody with delusional, irrational thoughts with a weak mind comes across this kind of stuff, that's where it can be dangerous, you know. So I just like to put that out there, because I don't want anybody to think that like I'm saying yes to something that, like, obviously use your logic and your discernment as well. Make sure it makes sense. Anything else that the collective needs to know? Okay. It says, this is a time of heightened creativity, ideas, and knowledge. You may be taking on a new hobby, or you are being encouraged to awaken and flow with your creativity. Your ideas right now are golden. Okay. Yay. That's good. Brilliant. So build upon your creativity. You know, creativity is very healing, you know, getting into a state of inspirational flow, you know. I did that with one of my clients this past week, and like just focusing on, you know, because she's like, I hate doing my homework. I have a hard time, not I hate it. She has a hard time like getting it done because she's a perfectionist. I'm like, yeah, because like it's part of the problem is it's like squanders your creativity. So like, of course you don't want to do it because you can't actually like, you know, once we got into it, you can't actually express the creative aspects of who you are. So it's like you have to fit into a box, and when you're a creative minded person, it's kind of hard to fit into a box, which is why she spends a billion years doing it, because she's trying to cater to someone else's idea or someone else's perspective. Anyway, long story short, the reason I'm sharing this is to say we got into a state of flow and wrote down all these things that she could do to make her experience with doing this thing that she doesn't like to do more interesting, you know. And I gave her tips on like, when I don't want to do my work, for example, like I'll make my environment more interesting or more comfortable. I'll put on jazz music, or I'll go sit out in nature and do my work, or, you know, whatever it is. She even brought up an idea of, she's like, you know, there's this thing on Pinterest, and I saw like this person like putting lights in the back of their car and putting the seats down and like creating this whole thing in the back of their car. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a brilliant idea. I think I'm gonna do that myself. So basically, yeah. And also, the next card that came up is let go of whatever it is that you have been holding on to so tightly out of fear of losing it. Know that whatever is yours will have a way of being in your life without needing to force it. Finally let go and feel the weight lifted off of you. Yeah. Maybe somebody needs to go out in nature. Mother Nature is calling you to connect with her for grounding, healing, and centering. Oh yeah, seek out your favorite spot outdoors and find gratitude for all living things. Touch, see, and feel all of the elements. That's a brilliant idea. There's this grounding technique that I teach my clients, and I came up with it one time when I was sitting outside, and it's like, sit outside and go through all of your senses, you know, touch, sound, smell, taste. Obviously you're probably not tasting anything unless you're eating something while you're sitting out there, but like just going through all of those and just like focusing on all that you're hearing, seeing, experiencing, feeling. And it's a way to ground yourself in the present. It's a good way to meditate and just connect on an even deeper level with nature, because then you're like really tuned in, like, what am I hearing, what am I feeling? That can be something that can be helpful if you're like in a state of panic or in a state of like high anxiety, or struggling to calm yourself down. If you're struggling to calm yourself down, I promise you that works. I had somebody do that with me one time. I was like freaking out, and she was like, find an object in the room that's green or whatever. And I was like, okay. And like, you know, she just went through all this stuff, like what I'm talking about. And by the end of it, I was calm. I wasn't crying. I was, you know, so basically it brings you back to the present and helps you to focus on what's going on here and now versus getting swept up into your emotions, which probably have something to do about the past or the future. I mean, sometimes they have to do about the present. I'm not saying they don't, but yeah, that kind of goes along with what I was just saying. Take time to slow down and try to prevent yourself from mindlessly rushing through each moment on autopilot. There is much more to see. Stop and smell the roses. Anything else the collective needs to know for today? The universe always has a way of guiding you and reflecting back what you need to see or hear. Notice the signs, the synchronicities, and subtle communication that is trying to send you a message. Listen closely. So again, there's a lot about signs here, like somebody needing a sign, looking out for some type of sign. Yeah, it's about a person. Because what the card that just came up is there may be someone who is thinking fondly about you. So like maybe somebody's wondering, you know, maybe there's something like that going on. Oh, shit. Okay. I'm going to pick a couple more cards and then I'm going to get off here. Oh. You may be hiding parts of yourself out of shame or fear of judgment. Emerge from your cocoon and know that once you accept all parts of yourself, others also accept you for exactly who you are. Come out of hiding. Is this a Scorpio? Sorry, guys. But it's kind of like, yeah, make yourself vulnerable, basically. And, yeah, maybe somebody needs to get outside, though. Get out in nature, exercise. Okay, I'm going to end with this card. Sometimes you must head down the road less traveled. Even if you feel misunderstood or afraid, there is something in your uniqueness that is a hidden gift. Stay true to you and don't be afraid to lose others in the process. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, I just feel the urge to like do one more. One more for, oh. Your psychic abilities are currently evolving and awakening. You may be experiencing visions, vivid dreams, or hearing audible messages from spirit. You are ready for this. Let go of fear. I feel like I should put this camera down because I feel like this is kind of awkward when people walk by. Okay, is there anything else? Sorry, peeps. But, you know, there was somebody walking by, so I didn't want to be rude. Alright. Anything else that the collective needs to know for today? There may be a battle between your ego and your higher self in regards to a certain choice or decision you must make. Your higher self will always point you into the direction that is best for you. Take some time to think through a present choice. Yeah, so your ego will lead you down a path towards what you think you should be doing, and your intuition will lead you towards what you actually should be doing. But a lot of times people don't realize they're actually following their ego. So balance and open your crown chakra. You are being asked to connect more deeply to the universal consciousness. So this is somebody who needs more awakening, whoever I'm talking about, because this could be somebody who's following their ego. And this could be somebody who I could be talking to or about somebody that has a hard time kind of like going down the road less traveled. Like this person may have a hard time. Their ego has a hard time with what the fuck? Their ego has a hard time with accepting. Okay. Oh, this poor person. They dropped their stuff. It's a homeless person that's carrying a bunch of stuff. Thank God that car stopped, but they could have got out and helped the person. Shit, I guess I could have too, but But they got it. The person got it. They just have a lot of stuff with them. But yeah, so this could be somebody who's like basically afraid to follow their intuition, even though they know like, and there's something about like some type of decision that this person would have to make that would be maybe not seen. It's like not the most popular choice. Like if this person, it could be a difficult decision. Like this person, if they were to go in one direction, maybe there's people that would not approve of it, but that is the healthiest path for them. And I think this person may be disconnected from the truth about that and what the actual right path is for them, because again, they keep following ego here instead of following their intuition and recognizing that it may be difficult, but your higher self is calling you to make that more difficult choice, to go on the path that actually is of your highest good, you know? Yeah. This poor guy. He's got it. He's got it together. Okay, anything else with those last little messages that came out? Okay, it says, know that the worst is over for you now. You may have just endured a heavy lesson, but you have mastered it and come out a much stronger person. You are in a process of recovery and will soon be ready to look forward. Being alone is different than being lonely. Ask yourself if you are truly okay with being alone, or are you isolating yourself too much? The answer is only yours. Alright, one more card. Then, oh shit. Oh wow. Okay. This is a lot of different things. I don't know if I should say all three. Okay. Journaling your thoughts, worries, or ideas can be a healing tool for you at the moment. Pick up a pen and paper and write out whatever is on your mind, or perhaps whatever you wish to manifest. Your thoughts need an outlet. That's true. I've talked to people who literally have written down the criteria that they want in a husband on a piece of paper and put it in a plastic bag. And they literally met somebody who literally was all of that criteria. So, you know, manifesting is definitely real. The law of attraction is a powerful tool to assist you in manifesting all of your innermost desires. Script out your dreams, design a vision board, or spend time meditating on your desired outcomes. Like always attracts like. Okay, so, and some people, I think, they're like, I don't really believe in it, or it doesn't work for me. It's like, if it's not working for you, it's because you have not healed what's going on internally. That may be what's going on, is that like if you're manifesting, you could be like manifesting from a place of being unhealed. So like you're manifesting things that are also on that same vibrational level because you have not fully healed. So you really have to do a lot of internal healing work before you can manifest and actually see those manifestations come into play. That's a big part of it. A lot of people are like, I don't get, you know, it's like, okay, this may be a time of great change in your life, or you will soon change tracks completely. This could be moving locations, a new job opportunity, or doing something risky. This is a divinely guided shift for you. Take a chance. That's good. Okay. And you know what? This one already came out. You are meant to be a teacher and a leader, and you have something valuable to share. Whatever inspiration is running through you, there's something in it that others need to hear. Share your voice. Okay, you guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Those are the messages that came out for today. And in a little bit here, I'm going to come back on here and do both a Cancer and a collective reading for this upcoming week. So definitely stay tuned for that. And I will be back in a little bit.